Hello, my name is Holly Joyce and this is my Unit 9 presentation on human nutrition and the digestive system. During this presentation I will be looking at the structure and functions of the digestive system, the processes of mechanical and chemical digestion, including the optimum conditions for the enzymes involved in this, and lastly, the constituent food groups of a balanced diet, providing examples of their sources. The main functions of the digestive system are digestion and absorption. It breaks down and absorbs nutrients from foods and liquids that you consume to use for important things such as energy, growth and repairing cells. The digestive system is made up of the gastrointestinal tract, also known as the GI tract, the liver, the pancreas and the gallbladder. Food and liquid travels through the GI tract but not the other organs. They do still, however, play vital roles within the digestive system. The GI tract is a continuous tube beginning at the mouth and ending at the anus, with several hollow organs that constitute the rest of the tract. Let's look in more detail at the parts of the digestive system, starting with the GI tract. Firstly, the mouth. The mouth is the beginning of the GI tract, and as you can see in the figure 2 diagram, it consists of the teeth, tongue and salivary glands. As soon as you take a bite of food, the digestive system begins its work. The teeth tear and chew the food into pieces of a more manageable size, and then the tongue mixes these with saliva during chewing, known as mastication. Saliva is made up of mostly water, but also proteins and digestive enzymes that break down the starch in the food that we consume. The digestive functions of saliva include moistening food and helping to create a food bolus so it can be swallowed easily. The tongue then pushes the bolus down into the pharynx, and at this point the swallowing action becomes involuntary. The pharynx is also part of the respiratory system, but its job within the digestive system is to push the food over the epiglottis, which shuts off the larynx, and on into the esophagus. The esophagus is a tube that carries food from your throat to your stomach. It uses peristalsis, which is the involuntary constriction and relaxation of muscles, to push food down into the stomach. The food is then received by the stomach, and there is a circular muscle called a sphincter at the bottom of the esophagus to stop the food going back up from the stomach once it has entered. The stomach is a hollow organ with strong muscular walls. It mixes and grinds the food with gastric juices that contain acid and digestion enzymes to form a liquid called chyme. The chyme then moves into the small intestine, which is around 7 meters long and has 3 sections. The duodenum, which is responsible for the breakdown process, and the jejunum and ileum, which are responsible for absorption of nutrients into the bloodstream. The small intestine is the workhorse of digestion, as this is where most nutrients are absorbed. Peristalsis is also at work in this organ, moving food through and mixing it up with the digestive secretions from the pancreas and the liver. The chyme becomes alkaline in the duodenum, and once all of the nutrients have been removed, the product that is left moves into the large intestine. This is considerably shorter than the small intestines, at about 1.5 meters long, but is much thicker, made up of 4 sections of colon, ascending, transverse, descending and sigmoid. The large intestines absorb vitamins, convert food to feces and remove water from feces. The large intestine then moves feces into the rectum, which is the temporary storage site before being pushed into the anal canal and then excreted. As I mentioned before, the liver, pancreas and gallbladder are also all parts of the digestive system. These are called accessory organs because food doesn't travel through them. The liver produces bile, which is vital for digestion as it breaks down fats into fatty acids. The gallbladder stores the bile, and the pancreas produces other vital digestive enzymes. Now to look at mechanical and chemical digestion. Both begin in the mouth. Chemical and mechanical digestion are the 2 methods your body uses to break down foods. Mechanical digestion involves physical movement to make food smaller, whereas chemical digestion uses enzymes to break down food. Looking more closely, mechanical digestion is the chewing of food in the mouth and the churning of food in the stomach and the small intestines. Chemical digestion is the secretion of enzymes throughout the digestive system to break down foods into smaller parts by breaking the chemical bonds that hold foods together. There are many enzymes that play a part in digestion. This slide shows these and their specific function. Each and every one of these perform best at what we call optimum conditions, and with regards to enzymes, this refers to temperature and to pH. The optimum temperature for enzymes in the human body is 37 degrees, as this is body temperature for a human being. Dependent on where enzymes are found in the body will depend in what pH conditions they work best. If the temperature or pH levels change, this will affect the ionisation of the enzymes and substrate components. They need a certain charge to bind, so could be broken down completely or work much slower. Figure 14 shows successful bonding of a substrate and enzyme. Let us look at a couple of the digestive enzymes a bit more closely. I would like to look at pepsin and salivary amylase, shown in figure 12. The table shows where these enzymes can be found, what they break down, what is produced, and their optimum pH. Pepsin breaks down proteins into polypeptides and is found in the stomach, which is an acidic environment, so working best at around 37 degrees and in an optimum pH of 2 on the pH scale, which means highly acidic. Secondly, there's salivary amylase, which breaks down starch into maltose and works best in neutral conditions, which can be found in the mouth at a pH of 7 on the pH scale, and again at 37 degrees. Now I would like to look at the constituent food groups of a balanced diet. These are carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, vitamins, minerals, water and fibre. The Eat Well guide shown in the slide outlines the recommendations for eating a healthy, balanced diet. The guide shows the different types of food and drinks you should consume and in what proportions every day or over a week. Let's look in more detail at each of the food groups and their sources and their specific role within the body. Split into two subsections, macronutrients and micronutrients. Firstly, macronutrients, which are needed by the body in larger quantities. Protein can be found in meat, fish, poultry, eggs and dairy products and is important for growth and cell repair. Carbohydrates are found in things like bread, pasta and potatoes. They are the main source of energy for the body. Lipids, also known as fats, can be found in things such as oils and dairy products. They act as an energy reserve and serve to cushion and protect vital organs and transport fat-soluble nutrients. Fibre, found only in plant-based products such as fruit, vegetables and wholemeal products. These keep the digestive system healthy and aid digestion. Now micronutrients. These are needed in much smaller quantities. Vitamins, of which there are 13 different types, A, C, D, E, K and the 8 B vitamins. These are found in fruit, vegetables and wholemeal products, and these have 100 roles within the body, including boosting the immune system and cell reproduction and growth. Next, minerals such as iron and calcium, to name a few, are found in meat, cereals, fish, vegetables, milk and nuts, and are vital for maintaining healthy organs and also for enzyme and hormone production. Lastly, water, which is also a macronutrient. Although not a food group, water is vital for life. A human can survive a few weeks without food, however only a few days without water. It keeps the body hydrated and is essential for regulating body temperature, moistening tissue in the eyes, nose and mouth, protecting body organs and tissues, carrying nutrients and oxygen to cells, lubricating joints and lessening the burden on kidneys and liver by flushing out waste products. In conclusion, the digestive system is vital for energy, growth and repairing cells. The digestive system is made up of many different parts, each having their own specific role and function. There are two types of digestion: mechanical, which is the physical breakdown of food, and chemical, which is the breakdown of food with enzymes. These enzymes work best at optimum conditions, which are determined by where in the body they are located. And a balanced diet is vital for healthy living, and each food group has its own role within the body. Thank you very much for listening to my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it.